Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? What's going on with everybody? I'm thinking nobody's live right now, so it's safe for me to be on live. Hey, let me check. Hello, hello, hello. Whoever is on, hello. You're surviving and scratching and surviving through the Rona. Hashtag the Rona. Hashtag the Rona. Yes, I've got my crown because I'm still in 50 celebration. Hashtag 50, got my tiara, and the crown is on the top. So I'm still celebrating. I just figured I just have some fun. There's a lot of craziness going on right now. So I figured let me just have a little bit of fun and just take your mind over some things. Right now, you're surviving the zombie apocalypse, which is the Rona, hashtag the Rona. Shout out to Alexander Rogers because that's where I found it, the Rona. Because we always got to put a spin on things. We just can't say what it really is. We gotta put our little sauce on it. So I saw it on his page. He had it as the Rona. But when something is called Corona, is it really that serious? Because the first thing I think of is beer. So I hope you guys are surviving the Rona. I survived the Rona at my birthday in New Orleans. Yes, I did. Had a good old funky time. Thank you for the thumbs up. We can talk about anything you want to talk about today. It is Sunday. It is on the eve of St. Patrick's Day, which no one is going to be celebrating because I don't know about your neck of the woods, but in Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland, we're not doing nothing because the Rona got us all jacked up. Everything is canceled. Thank you for the thumbs up. Everything is canceled. So the Indiana schools are closed. Thank you, Noribi. I'm doing great. So if you followed me on Instagram, you see here I got my 50 and fabulous. I had a fantastic birthday. I was given the permission to celebrate for the rest of the month. I know I'm going to be tripping into Aries season, but I'm going to lay back in the cut and I'm going to enjoy my birthday. And anybody wants to take me out and bless me with some birthday wishes, I'm still going to take it all through the month of March, which I have never done before, which feels really, really weird. The same is happening in Massachusetts. Yes. So let's see. So in Indiana, the governor has put down a mandate that you cannot congregate in crowds of more than 250. So it started trickling down. And then after the president spoke on the Rona, a lot of things started happening. We started to see a lot of things start to trickle down, and then things start to happen. So a lot of the Indiana schools are closed, public schools and colleges, particularly Indiana University. All of the Indiana University schools are closed. So I went to church today and I saw a lot of kids coming home from school. I live in Indiana, and my son, he's a senior, and he is home doing school online. I saw today that the casinos were closed. And so I went on Facebook and I said, oh, Lord, it's starting to get real. Yes. Okay. So your schools are closed until the 27th. Our schools are closed, I think, until between the April 10th and the 13th, depending on where the spring break falls. Let's see what has happened also. I found out that the movie theaters are down to 50% capacity, and that is to ensure the 6 feet distance that you're supposed to have with people you don't know, because that is one of the precautions, to be 6 feet away from each other. So the 250 people guideline has been mandated, and so a lot of churches have closed because if you're a large church and you hold a lot of congregants, then A lot of the churches have decided to close and join them online streaming if they have that capacity. Because, for a lot of people, yes, the distance is the 6 feet is the sweet spot number. So at our church was open because we don't have a large congregation, but we did do precautions, and we got emails that were sent out to everybody, and there was hand sanitizer as soon as you walked in the door. We had pastries; they were individually wrapped. It was also encourage that people who fall in the high risk categories, so the very young, the very old, people who have immune system issues, people who have respiratory issues, people who may have those ailments that fall in diabetes, heart issues, to stay home. And so when you take those people out of the mist, anyone that comes into the church, use the universal hand precautions, wash your hands. I have to say, I went out to lunch yesterday. My sister-in-law treated me out for a wine tasting and lunch. And so I go out, and I couldn't help but mention, I said, I'm an observer by nature. And ever since all of this has happened, people are scrubbing their hands like they are surgeons. I mean, they're going in and scrubbing, doing their wrists, and they're spending a lot of time. So it's funny to watch because people are really taking it seriously to wash their hands. Obviously, hand sanitizer is the not ideal, but if that is all you have, definitely do it. Which is funny because when I'm out with my sorority sisters, a lot of times one of us will, get a table, and the girls, we will all go and physically wash our hands, because if you have access to washing your hands, really washing your hands is the best thing. Hand sanitizer is when you have to do it, but really you should wash your hands. And so, there's a lot of things that, people are doing. If you have public access, if you're in an office and you use each other's computers and phones and all that stuff, wiping them down is important. Even something as your cell phone, which, obviously you may be the only one that use it, but the fact is you touch foreign things and then you go back to your phone. So having the Clorox cleanups to washing your hands. Yes, I hope the hand washing stays, because, I'm sure all of us have stories of where we've been in the bathroom, in a public bathroom, and we're like giving someone the side eye because they didn't use soap, but they rinsed their hands underwater. And, going into public restrooms, sometimes you don't have access to hot water. So when you have cold water, it's really important to wash your hands. A lot of people are not used to washing their hands, but because all of this is happening, people are forced to wash their hands. So I agree. I really hope that it stays. The downside is my hands are dry. And so I did my nails, and they're not gel. So they just started chipping. I did them last night. And so I'm kind of mad because now I got to reapply. But that's just from all the hand washing. And now my fingers are trash, but it's okay. It's really okay. So, really, my daughter calls me because she lives in Vegas, and she's telling me, her experience. And I'm like, girl, it's happening everywhere. Folks are preparing for the zombie apocalypse. And, I'm not sure what this obsession is about toilet paper, but people are, doing the toilet paper. Cold water, use hand sanitizer after. Okay, that's good. That's good. And something as simple as, I'm sure those of us who feel like we have good sanitary practices, even for some of us, we're like, oh, okay, I never thought about that. Okay, so, some people may not think, like, after you come out of the street, unless you're in that culture or that's your home practice, to like take your shoes off and take your clothes off and change. Like I grew up where you took your school clothes and changed, like Mr. Rogers. But most of us, I mean, I know when, especially when I had young kids, I was coming off from work and getting my kids from daycare or after school care, and I would tell them to change their clothes, and I would still have on my shoes, my street clothes, and I would wash my hands so I could start making dinner. But a lot of people, when they come in the house, they don't think about washing their hands. But think about all the things that you have touched before you walked into your house. So washing your hands should be kind of a second nature thing. But unless you're making food, most people aren't thinking about that. Just keep your hands away from you. Now, see, I just touched my face. Don't eat unless your hands are clean, really good. Yes, and that goes with, I don't think like unless you're from a culture where families, where families would sit at the table for dinner, and the thing you would hear, mom would go, "Did you wash your hands before coming to the table?" Like when I'm a hostess, I will say, don't forget to wash your hands before touching the food, or someone would do like a prayer and so don't forget to wash your hands. But unless you're in a household that does that, where you are that is your practice that you wash your hands before you come and eat. So say like you're in your room, or you're playing video games, or you're on your laptop, and someone says dinner's ready. A lot of people will just come to the table. It's not a normal practice anymore as a family that you wash your hands before you come to the table. But nowadays, I think in the light of the fact that, you can't take it for the fact that it's just your household. You're coming out, you're coming in your house from being out in an environment. So I think a lot of times people are now going to be a little bit hyper vigilant about it. Hopefully the practices stick. Some people need to step up their hygiene game. I mean, let's just say it. It's all right to touch your face in the house. I'm talking about outside. Yeah, but you know what? It's not until you are, it's not until you are it's brought to your attention that you realize how many times you touch your face. I think many people are now coming to the realization that they touch their face a lot. And if you're going to touch your face, use hand sanitizer afterwards. I mean, if you cough, sneeze, rub your nose, touch your face, touch your eyes, eyes, nose, mouth, you should go back to washing your hands as soon as you touch your face. So, yeah, I do too, but I do realize that a lot of people don't do that. I do, because even when I have guests over, I will politely, don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands, please. Thank you. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And my thing is, I have made a decision not to watch too much TV. As you may know, I was in the beautiful city of New Orleans for my birthday, and it was business as usual. And I was in a house. We had did an Airbnb, and lots of my friends. It was about 8 of us total that was there. If you haven't seen it, look at the previous videos. I think I did a little quick snap, but most of it is on Facebook. I did a tour of the house as soon as we got there, and and so you guys could see the weather was great. I had a great time. It was a beautiful way to bring in my 50th birthday. And, I wasn't really concerned about the corona because most of my friends, all of my friends that I know of have really good cleanliness practices. So I wasn't worried. And we had the Clorox cleanup, and um, between my husband and 2 of my best friends, they're kind of OCD and kind of a neat freak. So they were wiping stuff down anyway. That's their nature. So I don't really have to do anything myself. I mean, I do my own hygiene practices, but um the house was pretty clean because not too many people had issues. They were, like I said, my husband's OCD and he likes to wipe things down. And I have a two best friends that like to wipe things down. So I was pretty okay that we were good. But here's the thing: it's still flu season. Okay. Oh my God, I cannot. Noibi, let me just tell you. I'm just gonna take a minute to talk about how exciting the trip was. Okay, so I really wanted to meet with my friends for my 50th birthday. And, we all wanted to get together now. There's three of us. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. So I wanted to, like, what are we going to do? And I was like, I live in Chicagoland area. It's cold still here in March. And I'm always trying to find a way to flock to some warm weather. So I thought, okay, I have never been to New Orleans. I think New Orleans would be a great trip. Everybody can do their own thing. And the one thing I wanted to do was that we would all be under one roof. And so, although I knew everybody didn't know each other. They've heard of each other. So this seemed like a really great time. I wanted everyone to be safe. I wanted us to all be able to hang out together, and I wanted enough space that if we were hanging out or doing nothing, that we all had our own space because we're all grown. So the house that I picked, it was my number two house. The number one house was taken. But afterwards, everyone said that the number two, the house that we stayed in was great. And I was really happy. But I could have never even stepped foot out in Bourbon Street. I think when you get to a certain age, and I hate to say that because it's like I'm at a certain age and I don't feel that way. But I think when you get to a certain age, it's all about um, memories. I don't need stuff. Like, getting gifts are great, but having memories and hanging out with the people who care about you and you care about, that was great. So that's what made the trip. They kept asking me what did I want to do, and I was like, I kind of got all I wanted, like with my friends. But we had a good time, and we ate well, we drank well, and had a good time. Hey, hon, I'm taping. So that was great, huh? They, so I recommend if you're going to have a birthday bash, especially a really big birthday bash. See, yeah, I had a really great 50th birthday. If you're going to have a big birthday, even a small birthday, if you just want to have a good celebration, do the Airbnb. It was good because I think we were only 100, like 25 minutes away from downtown, 20 minutes away from downtown. Like it was like 18 miles away from downtown. So, uh, hold on a second. Um, the, the steaks are there. You can cut them up, and the asparagus is in the warmer. So, we weren't very far from downtown, and everybody took turns going into New Orleans and doing the Uber because I wanted everyone to be safe. But yeah, it was good. I had a great time. It could have been a little bit warmer, but it was 74 degrees when we went out for my birthday, which was Saturday. It was perfect weather. The market was open, and everybody. I said, "Look, everybody go do the thing. We'll meet back in an hour." And we did the Cafe Du Monde, had the beignets, and then we all kind of dispersed out and did our own thing. And then, well, no, I take it back. We did the Cafe Du Monde, sat down and had the coffee and the beignets. Then we walked around as a group. And then I think maybe after an hour after we all walked around as a group, we're like, okay, we're here at the market and we'll meet back here in the square in an hour. Everybody can do whatever they want to do, and then we'll meet back. So, and then after that, we had dinner. And then as you can see, if you go on Instagram, I think I took some pictures off of the Mississippi River. I don't know. There was a steamboat there. I took a picture. We all took a picture there. So it was all nice. The guys, because there were three guys, and including my husband and two of my good friends, and they all had their shirts. My best friend had surprised me. I had my birthday girl shirt on, and then all the girls had birthday squad. Thank you for the thumbs up. They had birthday squad, and then the gentleman had the birthday security, and they had their glasses on. I was laughing because when I walked down the stairs, there they were with the sunglasses, looking all like Men in Black serious. But it was a good time. And then Kay Summers, I took Kay Summers' recommendation and went to Felix. And if you go during a daytime, it's a little bit more enjoyable because you can see the water. Yeah, check out my Instagram. I did some pictures, and I'm just gonna tell you, the lighting in the bathroom was superb. Like I want to take that bathroom lighting and take it to my house because that bathroom lighting really made me look good. Really, seriously, all I had for those pictures, all I had was I put some foundation on, eyeliner, mascara, and lip gloss. And I took the picture with my crown for my birthday with my sash. Woo, those pictures, that lighting made me look good. Now, I did put lipstick on when I did my video for my birthday that you saw me in. But yeah, I had lipstick on. But and then while I was there, there was a young lady who was turning 70. I saw her balloons and I crashed her party and wished her happy birthday. So I had a good time. Had a good time. So yeah. So I really don't have nothing to talk about. I will tell you this. Okay, so we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Did I go? No, I know she was there. Okay, so much to you hoes. No, I did not. But let me tell you, I was fanning out because Bondi Blue responded. You know, she's having her anniversary, her wedding anniversary. So I wasn't expecting to see her. I was hoping I did not go downtown during the same time Keith Summers was there. But her and Black YouTube Unlocked was very gracious and gave me great recommendations to go downtown, and I ended up taking Case Summers' recommendation to go down to Felix. But we did go to the market. We went to the Garden District. I really just wanted to have an easygoing time, and I wanted the house to be kind of the meeting ground where we hang out. So let me just tell you, I think it was my birthday. Was it my birthday? Maybe it was Sunday. So I think it was Sunday. Really, it was just kind of like a down day. Yeah, it was after my birthday. So Sunday, it was kind of a down day. And let me tell you, if you look at the video, I mean, the amenities of the house. I mean, getting up in the morning, having your coffee, looking at the water, looking at the pelicans, looking at the salamanders was enough for me. But we had fire pits a couple of times at night and was watching TV and just having really great conversation. And then we had a game room where the guys played a lot of pool, and we were all sitting there and we were just watching music videos. You know, you don't have to do a lot of stuff just to enjoy each other's company. We don't have to be out and spend a lot of money. Um, so we were watching Janet Jackson videos and Prince videos and um, yeah, and we were just having a good time. So, you know, all of a sudden we just started breaking out dancing, and all of us girls were out dancing, you know, when the music was coming on. And we just had a really, really good time, a good, safe, fun time. And everyone who knows me knows I do not stay up. I think we were up like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think we were up till 4 o'clock in the morning. So we had a really, really great time. And for me, because like I said, I knew everyone, but everyone didn't know each other. It was really nice for me to see all my friends, people who I cherish, to come out, and even they've heard each other but had never met each other. And we had all housed underneath the same roof, uh, and there were no problems. Like there was no ego, there was no strife, there was no, airs. It was right. It was all just good fun. People got to know each other. And of course, when you're under the same roof, and you're there, my husband made breakfast like I think 3 times out of the time we were there, made really great breakfast, and we had good breakfast conversation and we had good dinner conversation. And it was just fun. It was just fun. And I highly recommend, doing that because it was just good old fellowship with good people. And all I have to say is because I was a hostess, know who your friends are. Because, like I said, none of them all had met each other. Some people knew each other, but the only thing is that they all knew me. And there were quite a few. And even though we knew each other, this was the first time we ever been under the same roof overnight long trip. No problems at all. No problems. Everybody pitched in and just did what they had to do, and nobody had any issues. I think about when we watch the reality shows, especially like the housewives, and you watch like the bedrooms, like who's going to get the bedrooms. So my husband and I and another couple, we drove to New Orleans from Indiana. We did not have any problems. And so of course, we already knew what room I was going to get. Then so the other couple got the first pick of one, two, three other bedrooms. So they picked their rooms. Then later on that day, I went back to the airport and picked the other couple. So I gave them the tour of the house, and they picked their room. My sister came in from New York, and I gave her the tour of the house. There were still two bedrooms left, and I said, you can decide where you want. So she picked her room. And then my last friend came in on Saturday. And I said, well, you still have two choices and you can decide which one you want. So everybody was happy with what they had and nobody felt slighted. At least they didn't tell me about it. But when I was dropping everybody off, I mean, it was only one couple that I couldn't take to the airport because their flight was so much later. And their flight wasn't until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We had to check out of the house at 11 and we had to get on the road because my son had his winter banquet the following day. They were the only ones, but everyone said that they enjoyed the house. The house was fun and it was a great house. So I was really, really happy with the feedback. And well, the woman of the house who came and met us, "Hey, how are you? How are you? Hey, happy Sunday." I actually got invited back to the house on September because she's having a big party. So I don't see that happening because a lot of life-changing things are happening in the household. So I don't see myself making any other trips because I do have a senior who's graduating, and I need to get him to college. So trying to save all my money so I can get this boy off to college. And I'm sure, they go to college in August. So I'm sure in the first few months, at least the first till the end of the year, they're going to be expenses that I'm not going to know I have, and I'm sure, writing checks and sending him money. So, what do we want to talk about? We can talk about anything. I know a lot's been going on, but I've been poking in and poking out and all that stuff. I hope everybody is surviving the coronavirus. Seriously, though, I hope everyone is surviving it because it is the hot topic right now. Yes, he's my baby, and he's the last one that's in the house, and he is off to school. I just want to see my son cross the stage. This is kind of up in air, and I need this corona to be done by June because I want to see my son cross the stage in his cap and gown. And I need that. I need that as a mom. I need that in my life. I need to just check that off. So, um, yeah. So I hope it all dies down. I had a cruise for the Bahamas in April that got canceled. I'm a little sad about that, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get a refund because they canceled. But Southwest, where I got my airline tickets, they're doing a credit, so it has to be used by December. Yeah. Well, a lot of people were taking toilet paper, not toilet paper. A lot of people were taking paper towels, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope you don't flush those things down this, your toilet. The only person that's gonna be making good money is the plumber because you're not supposed to flush that stuff. It's too thick. But yeah, I mean, in my house we always have, tissue boxes. Yeah, we got them handy for anybody that needs them. Got the Clorox cleanup on the ready. So, like everybody's like, has anything else happened in the news other than the coronavirus? Like the coronavirus is taking away any news that we need to know because it's all about the coronavirus. You got Kleenex? Okay. You ready? Kleenex, soap, and hand sanitizer. Like, I have no idea what else is going on in celebrity news or YouTube news or anything else. I mean, there's things in a buzz, but everything is about the coronavirus. And it's like, I'm kind of all corona out. Is anybody else corona out? I'm kind of corona out. Like, if we don't talk about corona other than the fact that there are no more cases, like that's the update I would like. There are no more new up cases and it looks like it's contained and we're good. That's it. Did anyone watch the okay, I'm going to talk about this one thing and if no one else wants to talk about anything else, I'm going to stop talking about the coronavirus. If you want to talk about something else, please let me know. Okay, so I watched this speech and the president did not really want to address the fact that he may have been in contact with someone um, that might have been exposed to the coronavirus. Did anyone catch that? Because the the reporter kept asking questions like, "Are you going to get tested? What precautions are you taking?" And he didn't want to answer it. So I thought that was interesting. No, I just watched a little in the news. That's why they all talking about. I don't want to go. Yes, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. I'm just going to tell you, when I was on my vacation, the first four stations were talking about the coronavirus. Like you really either have to, you got to take it in small doses because you will get paranoid. Oh, okay, good. He got tested and came. Great. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, I don't know where you live, Chickpea, but in Northwest Indiana and Chicago, most of the schools have been closed, like throughout the state. I live in Indiana, and I know parts of like the immediate Chicago suburbs that I live near. The schools are closed. Indiana University, all of the Indiana University schools are closed. Kids came back home. They shut down and they're closed 2 weeks after spring break. And like for in my school district, I think spring break wasn't supposed to happen until the end of. Oh, okay. Oh, you buy me? No, you should DM me if you buy me, and we can meet up and have coffee. Yeah. So so you know what's going on. So they done closed the schools until April 10th. And this is the thing. So one of the ladies in my church, she's actually a bus driver in the school district. So I said, so what are the bus drivers going to do? Because this is the thing. It's easy to say, don't go, let's shut it down, but what are people going to really do? Like, I remember being a mom that has small children that was working. What am I supposed to do with my kids? What if the daycares don't want to take your kids that you know that's a lot, you know, and a lot of people are frantic. The teller, I went to the bank and the teller's like, I got a 6-year-old and an 8-month-old. Like, what am I supposed to do with my kids? And these are real issues. Not everybody's going to get paid for being out of work. So the bus driver asked her what was going to happen, and she's like, "Well, we have the option to do deep cleaning and deep cleaning the buses, or just being out of work." She's like, "I'm just gonna not go to work because I don't want to do this deep cleaning thing. Somebody else could do it." So they gave the bus drivers an option, but that's just kind of where in, in the neighboring towns. Like not every school district is going to have that access. And and then I found out this morning that in Indiana, all the casinos were closed. I said, "Oh Lord, it's getting real serious." Oh, the casinos are closed. But that's what I was expecting because I was talking to my friends and I was like, "Why aren't the casinos closed?" Because I don't want to be offensive, but there are a lot of high risk people that go to the casinos. You know, the elderly, people who have, health conditions that could make them susceptible. I mean, we all know we go to casinos and we see people and they're wearing, they got the oxygen tanks and they're playing on the slots. And it's like, that's a high risk person. Do you really need to be out at the casino with lots of people? People are smoking, folks got emphysema, diabetes, and, COPD. Those are issues that can make you susceptible to this coronavirus. So, I was saying that kind of in jest, but I was like, why haven't the casinos closed? But as of this morning, the casinos are going to be closed for 2 weeks. But that's a lot of revenue that people are losing. If I had small kids, I would still have them at least with me. Yeah, but here's the thing. If the schools are closed and maybe you never had your child in daycare, what do you do? Or you rely on, or if you have small kids and you rely on, you know, preschool, like if you have kids, like they're second grade, and you take your kids in school before school starts and you pick them up in after school, what are you going to do? CPS closed Tuesday and they're giving out one. Yes. So I heard, and you know what? A young lady said something. Okay, so you are really close. You need to DM me so we can meet for coffee. So yes. So here's the thing: a lot of kids are going to be missing out on school lunches. But you said that CPS closed Tuesday, giving out one food box per child from the school. Yes. So one of the young ladies did a really great idea because in the summer we have a library book bus that come around and they hit certain parts. And I was thinking, you know what? This would probably be a good idea since the kids are home from school that they could come with a designated time, maybe the morning where the parents are still around and be at the bus stops and have the box lunches and the box breakfast ready for the kids and they can just hand them out with the gloves off the bus. Like they have so many kids and they go from stop to stop to stop and they have all their lunches because a lot of kids rely on the lunches. And if they're going to be home, I don't know about you, but I know when my kids were home during the summer, my food bill would be up up there because they're home all day and all they want to do is eat. All they want to do is eat and drink. Most of us parents know when our kids are home from school for the holidays, just regular designated holidays, all they do is eat. They eat day, noon, and night. And this is not something that anybody really prepared. So yeah, it's a concern. So I thought it was a great idea. Let the school bus drivers go around, make their stops, deliver the boxes, and it'll be cold lunch or cold breakfast. But I think that's a great idea. So thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you. So anybody else want to talk about anything fun? I'm going to give it 10 more minutes because I don't like to stay on too long. And I have no idea who else is live, but anybody else want to talk about anything? We can talk about anything and everything. What's on your mind? I'm going to give it 10 minutes and I'm going to shut it down. But I just wanted to get on live because I haven't been live for a minute. And I think I released a video that you guys will see tomorrow, that you will see what I've been doing, keeping busy. There will be an updated video, but I think I got a chance to release a video that I did in January, and you'll see kind of what I've been up to. But I went from dealing with my daughter's wedding to remodeling our office. So that is the video, and you'll see what has transpired. But I'm going to do an updated video. I think we are 80%, 80% done. 80% done. So I will give you an update on that as it gets close. Yeah. So anybody else want to talk about anything? You want to talk about any YouTube news, any celebrity news? You want to give me the 411 on anything? Okay. What do you think about the beefing content creators getting together for a possible? Oh, just come on with the big guns. Okay, Nori. What do I think about? Oh, that's a okay. What do I think? I think that I am going to side on the fact that it's probably going to be, a reality show. A reality show has their ingredient of drama, has their ingredient of an antagonist, protagonist. Most of these shows have their recipe. I think what makes this different than a lot of reality shows is because none of us have been privy to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, not to the Real Housewives franchise as a viewer. None of us have been privy to Love and Hip Hop franchise. What we have been is a viewer when the show comes out and we watch it. I think what makes probably this situation different is because many of us, I was a subscriber before I was a content creator, many of us know the players. And so this is really uncharted territory when you think about it. Think of any reality show. None of us have been privy to, for lack of the better word, the characters that come onto the show. When we were introduced to the housewives, we were viewers and we didn't know any of these people. We didn't know their backgrounds. We didn't know anything. When we went to see Love and Hip Hop or the Real Housewife franchise or any of the Bad Girls, we didn't know any of these people. We were introduced to these people. So this is really, I've watched a lot of videos, but when you think about it, this is really different than a lot of reality shows because just think about it. Love and Hip Hop. When we had like Cardi B had a following on Instagram. So she had people who knew who she was. But even then, she got introduced to Love and Hip Hop. I didn't know who Cardi B was. I found out who she was when I watched Love and Hip Hop. And then after she went on Love and Hip Hop, I went on Instagram and just started looking back on her stuff. But this is a little bit different. This is really flipping the script. You have a lot of people who have anywhere between, and I'm just throwing out a number because I don't know the solid number. You have content creators who have anywhere between, let's just say the top end, 30,000 subscribers down to under 1,000 subscribers. And they know who these people are. They know the inner workings and they know that. And they're going to be introduced if things move forward as is hoping to be moved forward out into the masses. We're seeing the backstory. We're seeing we're down in like ground zero of what the making is. I think for most of us as subscribers and fellow content creators, we are getting a back a, the we're getting like the the VIP pass of what's going on. You never saw that with any of the franchises, with any of the reality shows. We just saw it on TV and we saw what we saw. We're getting a glimpse of inner workings that many of us don't ever get to see. So, you know, I think that for Shawn Bradley, that is something different and something fresh that many of us have not seen. And that's different. Listen, it'll be good for the ones that don't know them. Yes, because listen, I have no idea how this is being rolled out. I don't have any inner workings. I don't know I'm not an insider. I'm just like everybody else, and I'm watching how things play out. But the truth of the matter is that if you're going to do a reality show, you have to do something different than everyone else. And if anybody's going to be able to do that, I think Shawn can do that. And the fact that we get to see some of the inner workings make it different. We're seeing, maybe we're not on the set, but we're seeing stuff. And many of us have our own faves. Course, as content creators and subscribers, we are going to go out and we listen. I can tell you this from being and being in the acting industry. I dip my toe in the water, and one of the things that is new now is that when you come in and you are looking to get an agent, they want to know, what is your social media standing? What is your social media profile? Because many actors in the traditional sense, they go on these, they go on the rounds. I forget right off the what junkets. They go on these junkets, and you see the junkets when you. It's called a junket. You just didn't know the term because you go on and you watch Entertainment Tonight and Hollywood Action or whatever, and you watch someone giving the interviews over and over and over and over and over again. And these are junkets, and it's ways to promote the film. But now with social media, producers and directors and the big machine doesn't have to spend so much money because I am an actress on this upcoming show and I have 50,000 followers. Hey, I'm on the set. Quick, I'm on the set of this movie. I can't tell you right now, but it's awesome. So you are doing the advertisement. And yeah, I think, like you said, we're all waiting for the outcome. I have no preconceived notions of what it is. I am a viewer just like everybody else. And I want to see after it's all done and they've edited, I want to see the finished product. I really want to see the finished product. I want to see it. And if Shawn comes into Chicago and he's going to have his little, club chat over there, I hope that I get invited and I'll be sitting in one of the rooms and I'll be rallying on because, this is the wave of the future to get yourself out there for those people who want to get that access and that piece of the pie. And was it Shawn go get the money, go get the money, go. I'm not hating on anybody's hustle. I'm not hating on anybody's hustle. I will say that I'm sure there are a lot of people who are a little surprised of the people who showed up. But isn't that what's part of reality TV? Like, isn't that it? So I wish them nothing but the best. I hope they come up with a really great product. I will be sitting and watching, and I have not done a reality show review since Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe season 10 when Kenya left. So I may go back and brush off my reality show um, skills and review the show. What I would like to know, because like I said, I don't know what's going on, but what I would like to know is what music they're going to use for the intro. I would like to know if there are taglines, what they're going to use. And what else? What else? And I would like to know how everyone introduces themselves. Because, like I said, if let's just say it goes out, let's just say it goes out on BET, okay? And they're going to roll out the show on BET. Like, there's going to be a core following that's going to watch it, but it's going to be introduced to a whole new show of people that don't know anything about these people. I just want to know how the polished package product is going to look. That is what I'm interested in, because a lot of people don't know, but I've spent the time taking acting classes, being on a set, being on independent films, and I understand the inner workings of that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, I know a lot of people are thinking, because this is a reality show, and some people may think that it's a little hokey, but even again, I've been on independent shows, I've been in an independent movie, at least two, and it's still a lot of work, even on a small scale. There's a lot of work. You've got the producer, the director, the audio, and all that. You've got call list, you've got all that stuff. And when you're not used to it, it is overwhelming. So I understand what all that is. And even for a small 20-minute film, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. It's a lot of work. And so, I don't dismiss any of the people that are showing up. I'm just like everybody else, and I'm waiting to see what it all looks like. And I will give my review when I see it. I don't know. Maybe somebody will send me an independent copy and I get to see it first. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm a really good reviewer. People have seen me review shows, and I give an honest review. And listen, just because I know you does not mean I'm going to be biased. I'm just gonna review what I see. But you're welcome. I mean, you just came out there with a big question. It's a reality show. What do we all know? Reality is unscripted, mixed with a little bit of hype and some realism. I do not doubt that there's going to be some serious. Um, and again, I don't know what the storyline is, and whatever the storyline is going to kind of put out there. But I'm like you. I'm waiting with bated breath, and I have nothing but a positive. I don't see anything negative at this time. I hope that whatever you put out there, you're okay with how that is. I think nobody should be naive that if you don't like what you see about yourself, you can't blame everything on editing. And that you're okay with whatever the work is, that you stand by it. That's it. That's all. I mean, that's it. There's nobody there under the age of 30. So people should be going there with eyes wide open and be true to themselves. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Nuri? I'm just saying, be true to yourself. Be true to who you are, and do not cop down to editing. Is that too much to say? Why are you laughing, Nori? Did I say too much? I really have nothing but positive things to say. I mean, people who decided to come and be there, I hope that I hope whoever shows up got what they wanted. That's what I will say. Whoever got the call and answered the call, whoever showed up got what they wanted out of it. Why are you laughing? I mean, I can say something to be funny. I'm staying positive. I'm staying positive. I'm gonna be a viewer just like everybody else. Listen, when we get the day and the night, I may actually sign up for cable. and I'll have my popcorn. I'll do just like when I did Kaya and TS Madison. When I would do a little preview watch party. I'd be like, "What's your snacks? What's your drink?" and all that. But you haven't told me why you're laughing. I want to know why you're laughing, Nori B. I want to know why you're laughing. But I'm gonna have my drink and I'm gonna preview. I'm gonna make a big hype. Seriously, I'm gonna make a big hype because this is the thing. There are a lot of content creators that don't get their just due. And we all know that there are content creators that are making buku money off of YouTube. And my thing is, why not? And if this is the angle that you want to do, why not? All I'm saying is, whatever you go and get, you know, this is my recommendation for anybody that's participating in this project. Channel your inner Candy Burris. All right, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in here. Hashtag Candy Burris. Channel your inner Candy Burris. And you know why? Because people say you got your 15 minutes of fame. No, I laugh because you said I presented you. You did, girl. I mean, nobody asked me a question and you just came bang, bang, bang. You just came out, just go and roll out with the big question. I wasn't expecting that, but I shouldn't have thought that you wasn't, or no one was going to ask that. But because I normally don't talk about YouTube stuff, but channel your inner Candy Burst. Whatever you got going on, market that and run with it. That's what I hope for everybody to do. So for those who got talent outside, yes, I'm still talking. For those of you that got talent, run with it, market it, and do something with it. And if you only get your 15, turn your 15 into 25, turn your 15 minutes into 45, turn your 15 minutes and whatever. I never told him that. Did I? Okay, I'll send him a message. They're nice and warm. But that's what I want. Everybody who is in the project, whatever your desire is, channel your inner Candy Burris. Oh, well, I'm glad I asked because I didn't know you had a background. Yes, I do. I'm actually been trained, been coached in Chicago. Yeah, a lot of improv classes and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm familiar. I'm familiar. That has been like my side thing, my side gig, and yeah, had a good time. I haven't done it in quite a while because life has gotten busy, but since my son is going to be graduating, I'm hoping to do something. We'll see. We'll see if it takes me there. But I actually, no, I have not gone into Second City. I tried to sign up, but my schedule just didn't work because, living in Indiana, traveling into Chicago, you really got to maneuver, and I still got a full-time job that is my bread and butter. But I did take a lot of improv classes, not with Second City, but I've taken a lot of improv classes and I've had private coaching with actors and just to keep my skills sharp. And yeah, but you know what? At this point, I really want to work on writing. That's really where I feel like the money's at, for one. And I don't have I don't feel the need to be in front of the camera other than YouTube. And here's a little known fact. One of the things that when I took some classes, one of the number one reason why I came onto YouTube was to get comfortable in front of the camera, because I really had more theater type work under my belt than camera work. And doing theater is really different than doing camera work. And I had started doing camera work and I was not comfortable in front of the camera. And so my one of my acting coaches told me, one, establish a social media presence. So then when you do your resume, you can say that you do have social media presence and they can look you up and they can see what you're doing on your social media. So that was the number one reason why I did a YouTube channel, was to get comfortable in front of the camera, because you have these long shots and you have these short shots, and some of these close-up shots, really the camera is really there, and then you're seeing this big fuzzy thing that's like right without your range, and you don't have that in theater. Everything on camera is really close, whereas in theater you have a lot more space. So it's a skill that I had to learn and had to get comfortable with. And I remember when I was even going up for auditions, um, the auditions for film, you know, a lot of times you had to, the director or producer would be on the outside and giving you your lines when you would do a cold reading. So it's a whole different animal doing film. And one of the number one reason why I started my YouTube channel was to get in front of the camera and be comfortable talking in front of the camera and be comfortable of seeing what I look like in front of the camera, because that was different. Yeah, that was the number one reason. I would have never ever had a YouTube channel, but that was the number one reason. And also, if someone asked me, you know, I could direct them, which is why a lot of people will ask me my content, and my content is deliberate, and my content, the things that I put, I make it I make a careful decision, because again, you never know who's watching you. And so I keep that in mind. Oh, thank you. I keep that in mind I always think about the general public, and I never know who may come across my YouTube channel. So, I want to be proud of the content that I put out. So, you know, but I will tell you, I was really bummed out because that 1,000, man, could not do anything live on my phone. It's such a disabling thing. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna do the old-fashioned way, which is upload. So okay, so Nori B gave me that. Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? I'm really happy for anybody that wants to do whatever projects they want to do. Okay. I'm okay with anything that anybody wants to do. That everybody keeps saying what's for you is for you. Okay. So for, I know a lot of people have a lot of polarizing ideas and comments and commentary and all that stuff. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in a fight. And, I'm a small YouTuber who's been around for a long time. I've actually been around, I think I debuted in January 2016. I don't have a lot of subscribers. And in many ways, that was deliberate, because there's certain things that I'm not willing to do. And I'm okay with that. But the truth of the matter is that there is money to be made. I have talked to somebody who has done really, really well in the YouTube game, and I won't say she's my mentor, but she is someone who is accessible, and there is money to be made off of YouTube, and YouTube can be a launching pad for a lot of people who see the vision. And if the vision or the avenue is through a reality show and you fit in that genre, I say go for it. There are so many roads that can lead to catapulting whatever you want to do, that I'm not ever going to stop somebody. Yeah, Beef brings subscribers really fast. And we're going to stop somebody. Yeah, Beef brings subscribers really fast. And so I'm just kind of, I don't know where I fit in, to be honest, but I have a lot of people who I have relationships with, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. And I hope that the relationships that I've had with people, content creators, that they're okay with the way I stand. And again, I haven't had any heat put on me, but I don't go around beefing. So I don't my my time in this area is not like a lot of people because I don't start stuff. I like I said, I come from a positive place, and I think most people, if they hear what I have to say, respect my commentary because it's not coming from a malicious place, and it's not coming from a place where I want to dog you out. And I always lead out of a positive place, and I think people will receive when I do make commentary, because again, I'm never really talking about the person. I'm always talking about the issue, because to me, like I said, you can always take people and put them in, but I always want to do the bigger picture. Oh, thank you. You know what? I'm good. I'm gonna stay as I am, and I will tell you. There was a time where I was really, really frustrated, and I was going to like cancel my channel because I wasn't growing. But you know what? I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I'm okay with it because I'm doing other things, and I'm going to use my channel to do other things. And I'm just going to let it roll how it needs to roll. And if I stay under 1,000, I'm okay with it. You know, I know I know I have good content, and I have content creators that like me, and I don't have any problems. I don't want the heat that a lot of people have. So I'm not willing to do what is needed to get those numbers. I was just having this conversation with my daughter. She was having an issue where, someone was kind of rubbing in about their life and stuff. And I'm like, listen, you never run your life based on other people's stuff. For one, you don't even know what they had to do to get what they have. And second, if you found out what it took for them to get what they have, you may decide that that's not what you want to do anyway. So you just run your race, you stay in your lane, and you do what you need to do. And there's that things will come, and I the things will come for me that need to come in the way that is good for me. Not everything that is out for people is for everybody. And so, there's that saying, you don't compete where you don't compare. I've never compared myself to anyone. And that's not something bad. My mom always said that as well. That's not something bad. Um, it's who you are. And the truth of the matter is that I'm good. I have made hundreds of videos, and I am happy with every last one. There is not one video that if I reviewed it again that I would be concerned with, because I put a lot of care and consideration of what I put out in the masses, because again, you never know who sees you. And I always think with that, and it's not a bad thing. That's just me. I give a lot of care and consideration of how I speak to people and what I want to put out in the universe. So I'm good with it. So we are at 1 hour, 9 minutes. I have had a fantastic time talking to everybody. Thank you for the well wishes. Check out my Instagram. It's Shawn Sandridge. And have a great week. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to be watching like everybody else. So take care of yourself and each other. Have a fantastic rest of the Sunday. Oh my gosh, what is it? What time is it? It's the evening. I took a long nap. Okay, it's almost 7 here. So take care of yourself and each other. You're on the right track, being yourself. Absolutely. I just stay true to who I am and things will work out. It was great talking to you guys. Nori B, Chickpea, thank you for talking. For those who catch it on the replay, enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself and each other. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.